Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Uncle Will. You know, the criminal system, for better or worse, has played a significant role in providing justice for the weak. What makes a criminal? Is it primarily the lack of resources and or the lack of proper leadership, meaning a strong mother or father in the home? The purpose of this show isn't to demean those individuals. It is to take a deep dive in the mind of an individual convicted through the court system. Now, while watching this show, I hope that you see that the images of criminals on TV and the movies isn't always an accurate reflection of real life. So, join me as I talk to individuals that was once a menace to their community and find out what made them the person that they became. I'm your host, Uncle Will, and this is Criminal Minded. Hey, what's up everyone? Uncle Will here. I want to first say thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of Criminal Minded. This week's guest is a young man by the name of Vernon. He been in and out of prison since a young teenager, so he is a juvenile offender. He did catch a case also as an adult as well. Vernon has made a major transformation from his youth, okay? His childhood was rough. He witnessed and he viewed a lot of different things that happened to both him and his siblings. With him being the oldest, he kind of took up on the burden of being the oldest. But this right here is what we would call episode number 1. So please, I want you guys to sit back. Please enjoy it. And also, don't forget to give comments. Let us know what you think. If you have any things that you want to get referred back to him, let me know and I get it to him. But other than that, enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? I'm Uncle Will. I'm here with my man Vernon. Introduce yourself or something like that, man.
Nice to meet y'all.
Okay.
You just introduced me.
I mean, but I said your name, but a lot of times cats want to be like, yeah, I'm V, you know what I'm saying? I just said your government name. But anyway, so V, let's get down to it. So, first of all, thank you for coming on to the show, because a lot of dudes want to get up on here and share some things, but I do appreciate you coming on to the show and doing this for me. So, let's get to it first. How many prefixes do you have?
Oof, that's a lot. It's either 11 or 13.
11 or 13?
That's not even including like my younger years.
And boy, you've been a busy boy.
I definitely was. I mean, I grew up in a household of crime. Mm-hmm. 2 parents are drug addicts, so all I was introduced was to how to do crime. Man. Get over, try to come up, hustle. That's all I ever knew.
Now, I was going to get into that and ask you or whatever. How did you get turned? I ain't gonna say turned out, but how did you get turned into the life of crime? I know you said that on both your parents,
right,
and stuff like that, they had a history. But what made you decide to dabble in that? Because you could always say, what, hell, that ain't me. I ain't about to get into that shit. But what made you decide to pick up the mantle, so to speak?
Life. I'm the oldest of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So when y'all sitting there waiting on your parents to come back, your siblings crying, they hungry, ain't no food, it's like, what to do next? Mm-hmm. I never chose it. It was like, one day, we waiting. I'm waiting for my mama to come, and she come, we hungry, I ain't got no money. What you do with the money? Oh, you gave it to the dope man? So it's like, we got to a heated argument. Well, if you don't want me to give all my money to the dope man, how about you sell drugs and I'll give it to you?
Damn.
And at that point, I'm like, well, I ain't got no money. So she come out of her pocket out her shoe with literally $40. And I'm like, we sitting here hungry, you got $40?
Damn.
You ain't bring us nothing to eat? So I snatched it, went right to, I knew who the drug dealer was. Seen him a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a double up. Double up like $40, so they give you $80 worth of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
It started off, I'm not doing that, your mama killed me. I'm like, look, I need it. I need money. I got stuff to do. My mama coming, he want to be a man, let him be a man. Go ahead, give it to him. He looked. I'm like, dog, I need it.
Damn.
Like, we ain't got nothing. So he went on and gave it to me. Turned 40 to 80, came back, gave him the 80, turned 80 to 160. He said, you sell that, come back, I got something for you. So that literally in one day, I went from $40 to over $1,500
In one day?
in one day.
And all this based upon the cosign of your mom's. Because at first you said my man wasn't going.
Right.
You're like,
He wasn't gonna mess
But
with
moms
it.
came
'Cause I
out
was,
like-
what, 13, 14 years old?
damn, bro.
So he looking at me like, you a kid, I ain't about to get tangled off in that with your people. So it just happened like that. Only sad part about it was I probably woke up with like $150.
What-
So got this his parents, you know what they do.
Damn.
Once they find that money, so life of the party at that point.
So when you were, like I said, co-signed up on that,
Right.
did you feel any kind of way about your mom saying, let him go ahead and sell this shit?
I mean, I still feel a way because as a child, you know, those type of responsibilities should never be placed on your shoulders.
Right.
You should be able to enjoy childhood. Childhood, something I never had. Birthday, something I never really celebrated. I love them, but you know, having parties coming up, sleepovers, going out, I ain't had that setting.
Yeah. So, what was your? Because I know you said you got all these prefixes or whatever like that. After your introduction into the hustle,
Right.
what was your next step after that?
My hustle. It was literally wake up and hustle. And at that time, I was in Tennessee, so I got family there, family here, back and forth all my life. Went to elementary, middle school, high school here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays there, holidays here. So it was literally a back and forth thing. Once I got into the drug game, the way it was down there, a lot of gang banging, I really didn't expect to live that long. A lot of drive-bys, a lot of killings. Every day somebody I knew died.
Damn.
So I just lived every day like it was my last.
So, not only in Detroit, but down south, you was out there hustling down south too.
That's where it all started.
And then you came back here, Detroit, right?
Yep.
So you came back to Detroit, and you took the knowledge that you gained from down south
Right.
and brought this shit over here. So,
That's correct and incorrect.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually left Tennessee to come here and start over.
Okay.
So when I came back to Michigan, I literally was going to school, playing football, playing basketball, trying to find a way to coincide to do both.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't sign up to be a drug dealer. That's not something I wanted to do. It was something I had to do.
Necessity.
Right.
You know, I hear that a lot, that getting into the street life or whatever, it was a necessity. You know what I'm saying? And you said you're the oldest of five.
I
So
got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
how did they respond to you being out there in them streets?
They was babies. So when I got locked up, they literally 7 and under. I think
Okay.
my brother under me at the time was like 8
Okay.
or 9, somewhere around there. So all of them was younger than him.
So when you came back to the D, from so I talked to Larry. He's
Right.
one of your co-defendants or whatever. He was describing to me that both you and him were like some animals out there in the streets, man. I mean, would that be correct on what Larry was saying, or was he just over embellishing things? Because
I would say over embellishing. We wasn't animals. I don't know. Like I have a heart and a conscience. It was times where we actually let people go, and they looking at me like, "Why did you do that?" It just didn't feel right. It wasn't something I was set to do. It was more so something I felt I had to do. I didn't know a better way. Didn't nobody show me the ropes and how to go about things. So I can only take what I've learned from the streets and apply it.
but you went from selling dope to carjacking though.
Correct.
So when y'all out there in the streets, you saying that you actually decided to just like hey, we're not gonna hit this lick right here. We just gonna fall back and let that go.
Right.
So what's the deal with the old lady? So Larry was telling me something about that. Let me get your recollection up on it.
I'm trying to figure out what old lady you talking about.
So he was saying that y'all was out there, cause I guess it was the case that y'all caught together.
Right.
So give me like a little background up on that case, because what was that your first prefix right there, your A prefix on that one?
My prefixes all transitioned from that.
Okay.
All my drug cases was mostly juvenile.
Okay.
I don't have any adult drug cases.
Okay. So as a juvenile, then you out there committing carjacking. At what age? What was your first carjack?
18.
18. And
my first carjacking, first offense, I got caught for that all at one time.
And that's what you were sentenced. So how many years you sentenced for that?
7 to 15 plus 2.
Okay, and the 2 came for the possession.
Gun.
So, how did you feel on your first carjack? I mean, were you nervous? I mean, like you said,
you always nervous because you never know how a situation play out. You got people that run up on people and lose their life trying to get away, or police coming around the corner like you out in public. You never know what's going to happen. So it's definitely an adrenaline rush. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you recall that first person that you, I mean, can you visualize their face or how they like how they felt? I mean, based on
it was a few of us, so that part was kind of hard. It was mostly like, get the keys, hurry up, get the car, let's go. So they face expressions and whatever I really wasn't paying attention to. It was more so looking at my surroundings, trying to find an exit and make sure we get away.
Yeah, so how would you feel somebody was to carjack your mama or one of your family?
Woo! I'd be enraged.
So
that would not sit well with me at all. I mean, I would be in the streets looking for him. Like, where
that's some weird shit though, man. Because when you think about it, it's like, okay, you doing somebody else, fam like that. But then when the shoe is on the other foot, you be like, oh man, that's just fuck. I mean,
it is.
I'm
double
just
standards, and that apply to many situations in life.
Mm-hmm.
As far as anything you could think of, the way you treat people and the way you expect to be treated is different.
Yeah. And so when you reflect back up on that time, because you say you got sentenced to 75 plus 2. How much time did you do total? Did you do the whole 9 plus?
Or
did
you
do
like 9.5 years.
Okay. Did you ever? So when you got out, did you ever wind up going back again?
I did go back again. I got into a situation with a female.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me like conspiracy and home invasion because she stayed with a guy, and we was supposed to be getting her stuff. They got into it. So me being on parole was an easy, you got to go back. If I wasn't on parole, the sad part is everything would have been dropped and let go.
So how much time did they give you?
29 months, but my time in the county considered dead time.
Okay.
None of that applied to your sentence, so it was a total of 3 years.
So tell me this, did any of your siblings ever follow behind you in regards to committing crime or anything like that?
My youngest brother, he been locked up probably longer than me ever since he was a child, but I kind of think something wrong with him mentally.
Yeah. He's still in the system though still?
He's still in the system. He locked up in Alabama right now.
When you think about it, do you feel any type of responsibility for that, for him doing that, or you just like, hell, you your own man?
I do and don't, because my grandma kind of favored him, so he was always under her care, so we was in like 2 different households. My grandma took care of him, my mama took care of me, my 2 sisters, and my youngest brother. Okay, so you said that your grandma showed more favoritism towards your brother. Correct.
So you think that probably played more of a role than you not being a significant role in his life or something?
Somewhat. You know, she didn't like my daddy. He was abusive. So watching her daughter go through what she had to go through with him was like kind of hatred towards us a little bit, but not so much as to him, but you know, reflects down.
Mm-hmm.
She liked his daddy, so she favored him and wanted him to be closer to her more because she felt like that's what my mama should have been.
When I think about the story that you said when you started off, how you said your mom's pretty much introduced you into that lifestyle or some things, how is your feeling toward women in general?
I don't have no ill feelings towards women. Like my most favorite person was my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Next to her was my grandmother. Then my auntie, you know, my sister. So I have a lot of women that I love and appreciate in life. So I don't take nothing out on women.
How's your relationship with your mom now? She still around?
She passed away almost 8 years ago, overdose. So
Damn.
her time has came.
How did that make you feel when you reflect? Cause did you ever sell any drugs to your mom?
No.
Because I remember you saying that she told you, well, hey, if you get it,
Right. She would take my money or take drugs from me,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't necessarily sell drugs to her.
But how did that make you feel then, knowing that she died off of the same shit she introduced you into?
It hurted, you know, losing the most important person in your life. Part of me wanted to do something to the person who sold her the drugs. But, you know, you had to sit back and think about all the stuff you did. And, you know, she a grown woman. After you do drugs so many years, your body can only handle so much. Now you just tell her all the time, like, you got to be close to your limit. Like, you've been doing this since I was 4 or 5 years old. I'm in my 30s. So, you know, time to give it up. But she tried here and there, but eventually she'd go back to it.
And did your kids, you got kids, right?
Yes.
What do you have, two girls, 3 girls?
3 girls.
Did they ever get a chance to meet their grandma?
My first one did.
Okay.
She was like 1 or 2 when she passed, but she got to see her, take pictures with her, and all of that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So reflecting back upon your criminal history and everything like that, where are you at now in life?
I'm a working man. I don't do nothing but go to work.
That's it.
So I'm at work, gym with my kids, probably out having a good time here and there, but yeah. I had to learn, because I used to deal with a lot of street people, so your reflection of what's around you. And I had to cut ties with people that was cool, but the direction they was going in, the direction I was going in was 2 different directions. So I had to make a choice of which direction I really wanted to go. And it definitely wasn't back in the past.
I mean, being that you was down in that life, I mean, since a shorty, was it hard to turn your back on that shit?
No. And it's funny because the reason why I came back to Michigan was to stop selling drugs. So my thing was I was going to school, playing sports, and I was hoping to go all the way with the sports because I was good at basketball and football. Everywhere I went, I said shine. So that was my out. I had money saved, came back, still taking care of my siblings, helping my grandmother take care of her household because that's where I was. And when the money ran out, it's like, okay, money getting low, I need money, what to do? So that's how I ended up getting into carjacking. And robbery.
Do you ever see yourself, like, let's say, you know, your kids come to you and they want to know about you and about what happened back in the days. I mean, would you feel comfortable with talking to them about it?
I would. My mother always expressed to me the choices in life. the positive and the negative. So even as a child, I always made my own decisions, and with your decisions has consequences. If you can't deal with the consequences, then you shouldn't be making those type of decisions. So when I was selling drugs, I knew the consequences. I ain't know the consequences for armed robbery, but I learned the hard way. But yeah.
Yeah. So if you had to give advice to anyone today that's watching this show, that's probably on that same path or that same, I ain't gonna say goal, because being a criminal is not a goal. But if anyone that is possibly watching this show and you had to give some advice, what would be your advice to them in regards to trying to steer them away from that lifestyle?
Pride is your worst downfall. Thinking you too good to ask for help, seek help, and get help. There's resources out here that will help you search and find them. Use them. They're there for a reason. You don't have to do what you think you have to do. Grind it out. Nothing's gonna happen overnight. It's all a process. When I got out, it was a process. So through the years, I strive forward. So every year I got better and better and better. But I hear people all the time, I'm not working at McDonald's. And I'm looking like, but you sitting at home on the couch not making nothing. So the McDonald's checks add up. I started off making $8 an hour. Oh, I ain't working for $8. I can make that doing this and this and that. But you're not. It sounds good, but you broke. You don't have no type of income coming in. My $8 turned into $10. $10 turns into 11. 11 turns into 13. I'm making nearly $30 an hour now, and looking to make more. I'm not even at the end of my top pay yet.
That's what's up. You seem to be more in a happy place now.
I am.
I mean, when you think about where you came from to where you're at now, you're in a more a happy place. Do you think your kids also help keep you grounded too?
They did.
Yeah.
Because before them, I would probably make a dumb decision. Not nothing too costly, but you know, being locked up for so long, I still had aggression. So you look, talk, or act the wrong way, you know, I'm on guard, I'm quick to react. And it's like, having them, it's like, I'm not even worried about it. As long as I'm good, you're not doing nothing to physically harm me, you can say what you want to say.
Yeah, because you know, I didn't talk to a lot of guys too, man. It's like some guys when they go in young, because you was a young offender, starting off. When they go in, they come out, but they still got that young.
They say you stuck at the age you went in. So when I went in at 18, literally like a month after I turned 18, I came out still immature at 18.
Yeah.
So you can't mature around a bunch of immature people.
Yeah.
You don't have no maturity. You know, officers on their bad days taking it out on you, a bunch of other guys. It's like 1,000 different personalities.
Yeah.
You know, you got people seeking trouble, childish people. It's a mess.
And so when going back to your girls, you said that they helped round you out or whatever. So pretty much helped to force you to grow up and, like you said, think before you move.
Correct. Because I wanted to get them more than what my parents gave me. So for me to do that, I had to definitely do the right thing. Then I have to set an example for them and hope that they will lead to the right path.
That's what's up. Well, you know, hey, Vernon, man, like I said again, man, I'm glad you came up to the show, man. Because it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. And I've been knowing you for some years now, you know what I'm saying? And I never...
15, 16 years
Yeah,
old.
I mean, so, you was a kid. You was a kid when I first met you.
They was half your family.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, to see you like full circle to come from where you was, because...
And you know how quick I was reacting. We went to the movies once, and my people from the hood got into it. Right there, like, what's up?
I'm like, hey, you gotta calm down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said,
type of mentality is like, I'm more quick to break up a fight, diffuse the situations, and let some drama occur.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, hey, bro, hey, you changed, and I'm happy for you, man. And like I said again, thanks for coming to the show. I appreciate you.